First of all, a warm welcome to all of you with the blessings of our Honorable Founder President, Sir, and wishing our Chancellor, Sir, a very happy birthday today on this occasion of belongingness. And and our four alumni guests, those who have joined today, uh, Mr. Tanmay Shirvastava, Mr. Tanmeet, Mr. Mohit Bindra, and Dr. Mohammad Maruf Siddiqui. Thank you so much for joining us. We are highly thankful to Pro Vice Chancellor Lucknow Campus, Dr. Sunil Dhaneshwar ji, Professor Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari ji, and from Lucknow Campus, Dr. Pragyan, who is there with us, and Neha Bedi and Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja ma'am from Noida Campus, and all the team members under the guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor that we are able to organize this session. I would say a sense of belongingness means a feeling of sense of acceptance, respect, inclusion, and support in a learning environment. A feeling of happiness or being comfortable as a part of a particular group and having a good relationship with one another, members of a group, because those members accept you, those members welcome you, leads to belongingness. And this belongingness is very important for today's session 5B, and that is importance of developing belongingness for organizational growth and excellence. So when the culture of belongingness or a sense of belongingness is created in the organizations, employees feel a sense of belonging in jobs. It increases their efficiency, success, and motivation towards the job in multiple ways. And this can help to create a feeling of connections between managers, community, and organization as a whole. And research suggests that organizations, those who have a great sense of belongingness, have a high motivation among their employees, more self-confidence at the workplace, higher levels of engagement, and higher achievement also. And when we talk about cultural relevance, when we are talking about culture at a very broad level, but when we break down that to bring culture and belongingness inside the organization, it means recognizing where employees got to express their creativity and ultimately design a shoe that honors their culture. For them, take home point is that going into the outer space doesn't have to come at the expense of leaving your culture behind. There are great companies in the world, those who have used the concept of belongingness, acceptance, giving time to do mistakes to their employees, have been the most innovative companies in the world. And they are 3M. I'll just quote few. Gillette, Henkel, Tata's are some of the companies which have led this concept of belongingness for the growth and excellence. And they are today one of the most innovative companies in the world. So love, belonging, and connection are the universal sources of true well-being and self-satisfaction. Today, I am privileged to say that a quote of our founder, President Sir, and Chancellor Sir, that they believe together we can change the world. And this togetherness which they have brought into amity is nothing else but a belongingness. And this is their acceptance as a sense of belongingness of taking all of us together to take Amity universe to great heights. So I welcome once again, and first I'll welcome Mr. Tanmay Shirvastava, who is Head Business Development and Strategy, Dale Carney, India, ABS Noida alumnus, PGDBM class of 1999. Mr. Tanmay is a highly experienced media professional with over 20 years in the area of sales, strategy, business development, accounting, service, client relationship, handling various leadership portfolios as regional, national, and international levels, both in India and UK. He has successfully worked with companies of repute like Business Standard, Star TV, National Geographic Channel, NDTV, ZTV, Sony Entertainment Television, D2H, Dish TV, and NDTV Good Times. He has acquired his master's degree in business management from School of Management, Bradford University, UK. He has also done his post-graduation in business management from Amity Business School, Noida. Besides obtaining a few professional diplomas and certificates, currently he is pursuing a PhD in management. During the course of his professional life, he has attended various managerial and leadership training programs which have sharpened his skill and understanding, thereby making him a thorough professional. Besides being an NLP practitioner, he is also a certified corporate trainer and public workshop speaker from Indian Academy of Training and Development, Chennai. He is an author of published book titled Delegation for Managerial Success, and one more book will be released in next few months. Some of the areas he passionately speaks are belongingness only. That is what we call self-belief, motivation, determination, since it all begins with self, because that the other areas are success and happiness, besides a few managerial areas of stress management, conflict resolution, team building, leadership, sales and negotiation, and successful client management. He believes that inspiring people and transforming their thought processes can bring change in their lives for overall well-being. And he is an expert, I can say today, on this platform on belongingness. Thank you so much, Tanmay for joining us today and sparing your precious time and accepting our invitation.
Anything to kind of, hear such a long introduction about myself and some of the things that I have done. So, surely, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tanmay. Mr. Tanmay Gulati, second alumni, global segment leader, residential and commercial, DuPont Water Solutions, DuPont, Singapore. ABS Noida alumnus, PGDBM class of 2002. Mr. Tanmay Singh Gulati is a global segment lead driving DuPont Water Solution business for residential and commercial drinking water segment globally. DuPont Water Solution is a global water technology. He is a leader with a portfolio of leading technologies in reverse osmosis, ion exchange resin, and ultrafiltration to solve water challenges for industrial, residential, and wastewater. He has 18 years of diverse industry experience in strategic planning, sales and marketing, business development, and key accounts management. He has 10 years of experience in water industry while managing businesses across APEC, holding many diverse roles and increasing responsibilities in sales, marketing, and business development. He has lived in Singapore and now presently and in India also. He is an engineering graduate and whole MBA in marketing and finance from Amity Business School. Welcome, Tanmay ji. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving us time. On behalf of Amity Fraternity, I welcome you on this platform.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, everybody. And once again, thank you for inviting me and making me part of this event.
Thank you so much. Third, we have Mr. Mohit Bindra, digital technology architect, Coforge India, Asset Lucknow alumnus, BTech class of 2009. Mr. Mohit Bindra is a practice lead with 13 years of experience in cutting-edge technologies like middleware, cloud computing, and system design in the IT industry. He has not only worked with the major MNCs like HCL, TCS, Tech Mahindra, but also has worked for Fortune 100 companies as a consultant. His major work includes the development of an automated test suite for testing website services, author of an article on understanding ML, butter chicken theory of machine learning, and multiple assessment projects for improving the operational efficiency of existing systems and building new interfaces. Currently, he is leading the practice of around 50 employees as an R&D lab for his organization. Mohit, we welcome you on this platform on behalf of all the dignitaries and Amity Fraternity, those who are on this platform. Thank you so much for sparing your precious time and joining with this galaxy of experts today on this platform.
Thank you so much, sir. It's the honor is all mine to share the same platform with all of you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Fourth one, which we have is Dr. Mohammad Maruf Siddiqui, Assistant Professor, Dhofar University, Oman. Asset Lucknow alumnus, PhD class of 2018. Dr. Mohammad Maruf worked as an assistant professor in AMA International University, Bahrain for more than 2 years and worked as an associate professor in Integral University and as a lecturer in BBD India for almost more than 9 years. He did his PhD in engineering from Amity University, Lucknow in 2018. He has good research work, 8 papers in Scopus and 2 papers in Web of Science, and more than 12 papers in good journals and conferences. More than 326 citations for his research work in Google Scholar and 40 citations in Scopus also has to his credit. He is a member of 5 professional bodies like IEEE, IE, and others. He also served as a reviewer and editor in IEEE conferences and journals. His research interests are in bio, signal processing, and biomedical field. Thank you so much, Dr. Mahmood Maruf Siddiqui, for joining us today and sparing your precious time and giving for your alma mater. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Now I want to say a few words about our Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow campus. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your precious time and agreeing to chair this session. Sir has a great renowned experience of 40 years into different diverse fields. He has demonstrated history of working in pharmaceutical industry, skilled in HPTLC, drug delivery, FTIR, pharmaceutics, and drug discovery. Strong quality assurance professional with a B Pharma focused in pharmacy from Indore University. His expertise is in medical chemistry, synthesis, and pharmacological studies of prodrugs. And he has more than 126 publications, member of professional renowned bodies like Academic Council, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, Deemed University, Pune, and Pharmaceutical Council of India, New Delhi, All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Bombay, Indian Society for Technical Education, New Delhi, and Association of Pharmacy Teachers, India. He has authored many books in separation sciences, handbook on HPTLC published by Elsevier in 2014, editorial board of American Journal of Modern Chromatography published by Columbia International publisher, Montana, USA, and reviewer for several international journals like Talenta, Acta, Chromatographia, Journal of Planar Chromatography, American Journal of Science and Technology, Journal of AQAC International, Journal of Arabian Universities of Basic and Applied Sciences. He has lot more awards to his credits, and it is my privilege and honor to welcome sir on this platform to chair this session of our alumni. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And thank you, Dr. Anil Kumarji, also for joining us today. And now we request you to kindly, sir, take over from here to chair the session, please.
Thank you, Dr. Anupam. And it's my privilege and honor that I am chairing a session where our Amity alumni are present, because I believe that belongingness starts with the alumni. Is a student who has passed out from his university, how he is attached to the university after several years, that is what the belongingness is. And I am very happy to see that all these alumni who have joined, they have passed before several years, but even then just a single mail to them, they have accepted our invitation and they are here to wish our Chancellor a very happy birthday. So I am very honored to chair this session. Before I begin, I would like to say happy birthday to our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, from all of us. And then I will share my views on this particular theme that has been given to us. I believe that belongingness leads to connectivity. Connectivity leads to productivity. Productivity leads to growth of the organization, and the growth of the organization will lead to growth of the individual. So everything, according to me, is interconnected. And I find in the young generation, this particular concept a little bit lacking. These days, they just jump from one job to another job with a minor rise of 2,000, 5,000 rupees. They don't care that by changing these jobs so frequently, yes, they will be getting higher salaries, but money cannot be everything. As Dr. Anupam was saying, that Tata and all these bigger firms of India, they have grown because of the family spirit that they have developed in their employees. And this feeling will only develop if you are with an organization for a certain period of time. Unless you have given your certain years of life to the organization will also not consider you as one of them. And this will lead to a hampered growth of an individual. This is what I feel. I'm very much all ears to listen to what our alumni are going to say, because they are into the field, they have They must have changed jobs, but what is their view on my opinion? I would like to definitely listen to. Another very important thing that I have seen in this belongingness in an organization or belongingness to the organization is what kind of leadership you have in the organization. The belongingness depends on the leadership, and we are very fortunate at Amity University to have leaders like our honorable founder president Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan ji, our chancellors Dr. Atul Chauhan, Dr. Asim Chauhan, who are so much connected to the Amity family that during the corona infection and pandemic, I remember that we had ambulances kept ready in the campus with the oxygen concentrators, with the oxygen cylinders, that whenever you need, somebody needs a ambulance or a oxygen, immediately that can be provided. Both these people, chancellors, were regularly in touch with the campus heads, asking them about what is the infection status of the staff, of the faculty, what is the vaccination status of the faculty. Who cares in these days? Organizations, they just don't care what is happening. But our organization, we were so lucky that every day we were looked after by the management, and this is what leads to belongingness. When you get leadership like this, definitely belongingness automatically develops, because there is a connectivity. As I said in my earlier statement, that belongingness will lead to connectivity. So this kind of connectivity is what is very important. And I'm very happy to share with you that just a couple of days back, we felicitated our employees of the campus who joined first in the Lucknow campus. We selected one HOI, one faculty, one support staff, and one class 4 employee who joined first, and they are still today here in the campus. This is what belongingness is. They could have got n number of opportunities to join universities other than Amity, because there are so many private universities in Lucknow, but they decided to stay with Amity. This is what belongingness is, and this belongingness, according to me, is very important for the excellence and for the growth of the organization, and with the growth of the organization, the growth of the employees as well. This is what my opinion is. Thank you very much, and then let us see what the alumni have to say, because I am very all ears to for that. Thank you.
Well, I think I'll take the lead, considering the fact that I'm the oldest. As far as the alumni is concerned, not from an age point of view. But firstly, thank you so much, Dr. Dhanishwar, Dr. Tiwari, Dr. Narula, for inviting and giving me an opportunity, and also the other distinguished faculty members and my colleagues. I'm really happy the fact that this kind of a topic has been chosen on a very wonderful day of Dr. Chauhan's birthday. So wishing him all the very best. And this topic, which is all about the belongingness and how it contributes to our growth and excellence, organizational growth and excellence, is something which is the need of the hour. And I very strongly believe in this, because while I have been in sales and business development, but I'm also within myself, I'm also an HR person. I'm also a people person from that point of view. So I can say that with certainty. I will just begin with a small story. When JF Kennedy visited NASA in 1962, and he just met a janitor over there, and he asked that, "What do you do over here?" So the janitor said that, he was saying that I'm a janitor. He said that I'm helping to put man to the moon. Now, basically what he told is that, I am contributing to this organization in the larger purpose. And that tells us something that, as long as you feel valued in an organization, wherein whatever you say you do is valued in the organization, that is the biggest sense of belongingness that I believe. What are we doing here? We all are, alumni from different batches. And if Amity has decided to call us, then obviously we feel that we've been valued for our opinions, for our understanding, experience. And that gives us a sense of belongingness. Now, what it does, It kind of creates a more commitment and engaging, and as Dr. Dhaneshwar said, it creates connectivity. So our relationship and bond with Amity University is going to be even more strengthened with all these things. So for me, the way I look at this whole belongingness is, for me, signifies a psychological safety. And when you have that, it signifies a feeling of being wanted, feeling of belong here, that I belong in this place, which gives a great vibe and positivity. And if you have that great vibe and positivity, it reduces any kind of an uncertainty, insecurity, uh, in the thing. You are far more authentic in terms of your approach, in terms of your thinking. You are far more collaborative, and all these things works really very well. And that is where the whole the concept of productivity and the business doing well, everything comes in play. So therefore, this whole sense of belongingness is something which is absolutely essential. A sense of belongingness, this fostering, this feeling has to be fostered. This is a culture. You can't just say that we'll just work on one aspect of it and let the other work in isolation. It has to be a culture of belongingness across the organization, which is seeded within the people. People are able to imbibe, soak that kind of a culture, and once they do that, that's when the real magic is going to happen, right? Opportunities to express people. People are happy that their contribution has been valued. There's a transparency when it comes to communication. You are made a small piece of a larger picture that without you, without that small piece or puzzle, the whole puzzle cannot be solved. So you are as important. And recognition. I think these things are something which is absolutely important, which only this whole sense of belongingness can probably give. One more thing I'll just quickly say is that we have seen that a lot of women in the organizations sometimes have this notion that we are not being valued so much. But when you have this kind of a culture when everyone is valued and they belong to this thing, then I think it also changes the whole mindset which is there. So I mean, there are tons of things. This is a very exciting area, but I just want to just hold my other panel members to kind of express their thoughts. So I mean, at this point, yes, I very strongly believe on the concept, and a great initiative. Thank you so much for this.
Tanmayji, you are a very good example of belongingness. Not only that you are present here today, but I know I have seen you in our IQAC, University IQAC meetings also, and contributing very positively in those meetings also. So I really appreciate alumni like you who are attached to the university, who belong to the university and university belongs to them. Thank you for joining again.
It's a both way process that the university also is there and we also there for university, and that's what the great connection and bond is, which you have spoken about.
Anupamji.
Yeah.
Sir, I request Professor Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari ji to say a few words, sir, please. Then we'll move to Tanmeet ji after this.
Tanmay, it's been really heartening to have your views on belongingness and its importance across various sectors. And it's so wonderful to see that on the birthday of our Honorable Chancellor, we all have gathered to peruse on this very, very important topic. And as we go along and we hear views from our other distinguished speakers who are our alumni as well, we'll draw conclusions, we'll ask a few queries, and that's how we plan to go. So may I now request our other distinguished alumni to kindly add on their views.
Hello.
Sure, Anilji. Let me take this now, right, on this. So before I share my thoughts on the belongingness, I would first of all like to say happy birthday to Dr. Atul Chauhanji, and appreciate and thank all the faculty members over here who has created this event in the on this special occasion and revitalizing the belongingness of the alumni to Amity. Thanks once again. I feel that belongingness is very important for organizational growth and excellence, and there is No iota of doubt in my mind considering that. These days, diversity and equity are the buzzwords and taken very seriously in corporate world, especially after police killing of George Floyd in US. But it is known fact that without belongingness or inclusion, diversity and equity cannot be achieved. The belongingness has to be there for diversity and equity to contribute to the organization's health. In DuPont, the company which I work with, diversity, equity, and inclusion is central to who we are at DuPont. It is a fundamental component of our corporate identity, built upon our core value of respect for people. This is just not a notice board statement, but part of our compliance with zero tolerance. Now, why it is so that companies like DuPont and few other companies which Dr. Anupam has highlighted at the start of this conference, that they have a zero tolerance policies around it. It is because we as humans have instinctive need to belong, and its sense is very crucial to our life satisfaction, happiness, mental health, and even the longevity. It gives us a sense of purpose and meaning, which any other materialistic thing in the world would not give. And we all know that if the belongingness is not there, if somebody is left alone, what are the repercussions, right? We have seen that on many occasions, that how people get stressed, right, or have mental health issues because of that. And because of that, right, as Tanmay also highlighted, that Maslow also felt it was of that this is such an importance that he has placed belongingness just above the physiological and safety needs in his hierarchy of needs. This is the exact reasons nowadays companies not just focus on diversity and equity, but also in belongingness. And they have realized that the outcomes of this is very enriching. And this creates high job satisfaction, retention, job performance, instill entrepreneurship, teamwork, well-being, creativity, and last but not the least, provide resilience to the organization under the situations of change, right? And one of the researchers also have highlighted that any organization which has a high degree of belongingness performs 6 times better than the organizations which have a low degree of belongingness. Even if I look at my career, I have worked 3 organizations after I have graduated from Amity, and many occasions, whenever I've changed the organization, it is not because of the money, it's not because of the position. That becomes a part at the later end. But when the belongingness quotient in that organization has gone down, at that point of time, there is a trigger in me that something is missing. Let's look for something else. And then the other things comes into picture, that what is the position, what would be the money, where I will be posted, and all those things comes later. But first is that the quotient of belongingness in the organization. Once it drops down, then you start thinking. That's a trigger point for any individual for looking for a change. So in the end, I would like to say that there is no measure for belongingness, right? It's a feeling. And given the importance, the companies should ask these questions to their people, right? Whenever they meet, even the leader should ask these questions to the people, that how are they feeling? Are they being included? How is are they feeling that they are empowered for the assignments they are doing, for the jobs they are doing? And are their ideas are being valued, or they are feeling that they are left alone? If such questions are asked openly, and feedbacks are taken and then implemented appropriately, I think so that would create a great organization, right? And that would create the sense of belongingness, and the other things will follow. Diversity, equity will follow along with that.
Tanviji, you have touched 2 very important aspects. One is how the lack of belongingness could result into mental health,
Yep.
which is really very important, which is actually happening in the even young generation today. And secondly, the inclusiveness that you have pointed to, that is also a very, very important aspect. If we get time at the end, we will have some more discussion on this.
Sure.
But right now we can have the views of the other 2 alumni who are also present. Anupamji?
Ji sir, most welcome. Mohit Bindra ji, over to you now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I think a lot has already been said and discussed. There's hardly anything left for me to say. But one thing I have observed, maybe you all must have also observed since the start of this conference, uh, whenever an Amity alumni word is being said or discussed, there's a smile on all of our faces, isn't it? That is a belongingness for me. In plain simple words, that smile, that sense of connection is belongingness. We have Tanveji passed out in 1999, and we have more guests, myself also. We passed through so many years, but still we are always been Amity alumni, and that reminds me the old lines of our Ori sir. He used to say that, uh, guys, for me, Amity is an institute, is one of the institutes where I have worked. If any day I want to scratch that from my resume, I can do that. But for you guys will always be Amity alumni, right? So with these lines, with these feelings and these sense were being imbibed in us right from the Amity. These were those days in 2006, 2007, and I joined. I was in 2005 when I started my BTech in Amity. So we are blessed to come from such a culture, from such an institute where belongingness and this sense of connection is being imbibed right through the beginning. And as very well said, Ivan, by Anuma sir, right in the beginning, that sense of belongingness bring out the human values upfront, like the empathy and respect towards each other, sense of being loved. Uh, I can quote an incident. It was year 2013 when I was in US, and after the office, we used to go at a place. There we don't have lot many cricket grounds, so we have baseball grounds. But we Desi used to play cricket on baseball grounds. So we went there, and once we saw we were parking our cars, and we saw there are a few more Indians playing cricket, and we said, "Wow, that's a great! Today we will play with them." And as we went closer, we realized those are a few kids or a few people from the Pakistan, right? So we said, one of us went ahead and said, "Hey, when till what time you gonna play? After that, we'll play." And they said, "Why don't we play together?" That was fine. So we played together, and while during that match, we never felt that we are playing with some other country, or with some people who are not like us. They were just like us. They used to call us bhaiya, and few of us played with each other after that also a lot many times. I know back in India, in offices and organization institutes, during coffee breaks, lunch breaks, we do talk a lot about the country politics and all other things. But in US, we all were together. We all were from the same country land, because we looked together. We spoke the same language and all. So, like Daneshwar sir also mentioned, the times of COVID, right? During those times, it really didn't matter who is from where, who is what, and what not. We all were together. So that sense of togetherness it came because we all belong to a same, uh, maybe same place or same organization, right? Or maybe some same greater cause, a cause greater than us, that brings us together. And that is the basic fabric of our society, isn't it? We all want to feel together. We all want to feel being connected, and that is in true sense, the root of the society. And all the organizations, the great organizations, the growing organizations thrive on it. So yeah, those are my 2 cents, and a lot has already been said. Right? Thank you so much.
I like your opening statement very much. That just you take the name of MIT and the smile that comes on your face.
Yes,
That is belongingness.
that is
Wonderful,
belongingness.
wonderfully expressed what is belongingness. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Anupam ji.
Yes, sir. We request Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari ji, Assistant Pro Vice Chancellor, Lucknow campus, to take over from here, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Anupam. I think we can have the views of our other learned members also, and then we shall start with our interactive session. May I have Dr. Maruf? Dr. Maruf, can we have your views on the subject, please?
Yeah. First of all, good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for inviting me. And as first, Dr. Chauhan, for Dr. Chauhan, happy birthday. And as I listen about the Dr. Sunil, he said about the belongingness, and he mentioned some about the alumni who left for few money. I want to include some points on the statement on Dr. Sunil about the belongingness and who left the job on few money because they want to grow. I want to say belongingness, as he said, the feeling. Of course, belongingness is feeling, and then if and trust everything, and then the growth of the organization and the excellence of the organizations. But I want to include belongingness is from the both sides, not from the employee side, from the employer side also. I also work in a food organization, BPT, Integral, AMA, and now I am working in Oman. I have seen a lot of different peoples, and I have sometime I feel belongingness from some organization. Like in, I did my PhD from MIT University, from both sides. So my like my guide is Dr. Geetika Srivastava. He always care about me, and like some feeling out there. So the productivity is my research is good research produced. So from both sides means my guide and as a guide and as a student. And like I want to include one example of my previous, like in during the Corona time, I'm working in the Bahrain, and I work from my 100% honesty and given 100% in everything. And whatever they said, I always do it. Whatever they said, research, everything, whatever. But when during the Corona time, like in the MIT campus, they talk, means take care about the employees. So that different thing. And my experience is that in the Bahrain, they stop me. They don't want to meet my family, and that time I feel why I'm working. So sometime not about the money. I have a good package there in the Bahrain, but I left it not because of the money. They means they don't care about means the feelings because from long time I'm there and they not want to go, and they tell me if you go will not renew your contract. So that time I decided I will leave it. Even I'm not got job. That time I'm not got the job. After immediately 2 3 months, I got a good job, and from the Bahrain, I have more than good package in the Oman also. I'm there. I'm working. I'm feeling very good, and they like I'm came here for a few days for attending my brother marriage, and they allow me and they say nothing, and anytime you can go and no problem. So and sometime that is not about the money. Sometime what is the mention the belongingness, the feeling from both sides, from employer side and employee side. So that time when these type of atmosphere, when the employer trust on the employees and the employees trust on the employers, and they take care about their employees, and the employees also given a good work and for the organization. So This depend on the both. If employees is growth happen, means that the did some work and given a good product, so the organization also is directly proportional. Employees and employer or organization. If employee growth, organization also growth. If organization growth, employees also will be growth. So the not important the money. Sometimes the people are left because this is the missing the belongingness, feeling are missing between the employee and the employers. So these things happen in the life, and uh, for sense of belongingness, I want to include some points how to develop the as an employee in the organization, how to develop the sense of belongingness when you establish the trust and work as a teamwork, and means make a good rapport between the others employees, and developing and managing means impact on the others, and good rapport. Like these important things are which is you can say the it is a sense of belongingness in the organization. This is my view on the some points on the about what has the Dr. Sunil said.
Dr.
Great.
Mohammed, what you are saying is absolutely correct, that it has to be from both the sides. I fully agree. But for getting a belongingness feeling from the employer, you need to be in the organization for some time. Because if you are not there for a little longer time, you will never come to know that whether the
Oh,
belongingness from the employer is there or not.
yes, of course, doctor. I agree with the previous. I want to work there also. I worked more than 8 years in the Integral University. They trust me. They always support me. Even I submit my PhD, they promote me. Always take care of me from both sides. And my good terms in the Integral, good terms in the BBD, still, and good term in the Amity. I always remember my supervisor. Because of my supervisor, I got a good job, because she create pressure on me, and means and after that I realized why, means these things are very important. If she not take care of me, and just submit my thesis, and then nothing will happen. So after that I realized that is the difference. If any other person and he passed me and like submit the thesis and something happened, I just got the degree. But I always remember my supervisor. I always, if I came here for attending my brother marriage, even today is a function. But on one call, I said, okay, no problem. I will manage the time. For amity, no problem. So this is thing from both sides. Even so, sometime like when I left for the outside Bahrain, when I want to go to Bahrain, my employer, my VC called me and said, no problem. You will go if you want to come anytime. And these things he said, and he said, will leave you in a 1 day. No, say you serve a 1 month. Even in my contract, it is a 1 month. He said, I will appreciate, and you will go and growth yourself, and you given me your valued time more than 8 years here, and these things. That's why even Integral also call me for anything. I always be there. I make a time. But sometime I found I'm not say maybe the policies are there, but sometime from employer side also I agree with you. You need to some serve more time, but sometime you need to there is a I just say one example, and that time is my off, and I don't have a family there in the Bahrain, so that's why I leave it. Even after that they call me, even after that they call me, but I'm not go, and I got job here in the Oman. So sometime not about the money. I serve for more than 2 years, but this thing I feel it, so I share with you, and I always happy, and always support me, and whatever my teacher are there, Dr. Bipin Pandey, Dr. KK Singh, and even the director are there of MIT campus, and Anil sir. and they know it. I given my 100%, and I work with the honesty. So so these things appreciate from the both sides. I always thinking. If you think you always means remember and you given 100%. If means you understood my points also. I think means if you given 100% and you given a time also, and sometime they not recognize you, the employer or from organization, sometime you feel it, not even for the money. Of course, the priority of all the people, even they not said we switch for the money, but 90% people are switching for the money. But I think 10 or 15% are people are there. They think not think about the money. They think about these things also. You care about me, and we given you 100% like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, doctor.
Commander Anil Kumar.
Thank you, Dr. Maroof. We very pleasantly remember the kind of great work you did in your PhD and the kind of relations you have, and on different occasion, how you have added value to the program. We fondly recall you as our premier scholar who brought in a lot of life to our PhD program as the first graduating scholar from PhD program. That was really wonderful. My few quick questions to our esteemed distinguished alumni. My question is to Tanmay. Tanmay, you've had such a varied experience across the globe, and you must have seen working of governmental organization, private organization, business organizations. I would just like to know how different organizations have difference in viewing the concept of belongingness. What are your quick takeaways with your vast experience of 20 plus years with different organizations that you have gathered?
I think, sir, quickly, not start. Maybe government is an exception, because in government organizations, again, they are bound by certain regulations and rules and everything, and there's not much, sometimes not much scope for you to kind of an experiment and do things. In a lot of private organization, again, there are organizations who are very transactional in nature. You do this thing, you get the work done. That's how the whole thing is. The world is now waking up to the fact that it's not just about transaction. It's also about the fact that you need to understand human psychology. What is a human? Human is nothing but a ball of emotions. Where will you express your emotions? You will express your emotions where you feel safe, where you feel wanted, where you feel that there is a sense of belongingness. Done. I mean, they are there. They are committed to you. And that is where, I think more organizations are not just about that, keep emotions back at home. No, emotions are part of humans. Let them come. Let them be part of the decision making and everything. And then I think that's where I say that it's creating a magical feeling, if you actually have this sense of belonging. I mean, you feel good. I mean, just what Mohit said, it brings a smile on your face, right? It's the same thing that, the moment I know that, I am very much valued in the organization, they like my contribution, they recognize for that. And, I think that is what people want. And I understand that sometimes it's beyond money, right? So I think that's where we are now looking at. We don't want to get into an organization which just pays us high. We just want an organization which gives us a lot of other things which are so important. And probably a lot of youngsters may not realize it in the initial phases of the career, but probably once you're kind of, done about 15 years, then you kind of realize that, no, there's much more to it than what you've been chasing for. I don't know if that answers your question, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Tanmay. It was nice to hear your views for different organizations. My question to Tanmeet. Tanmeet, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, great. Tanmeet, you work with an organization which serves not only to business, but providing a solution to social cause, a big social cause, that is water solutions. I would just like to know that you talked about that bias for belongingness, a care for belongingness, enhances, productivity 6 times better. You made a remark. I would like to know, how do you view the concept of belongingness, bringing in harmony and growth, not only for tangible monetary this thing, but also for overall growth of the employee as a good human being? What are your views on it?
Caesar, the thing is that if you have a sense of belongingness to the organization, right? So there is, and the organization also cares for you. You as an employee are highly motivated, right? Highly motivated, highly charged, highly involved, right? So means that your happiness quotient is very high, right? So as an individual, uh, not only in the organization, right, but also when you are at home, right? Uh, uh, you behave happily with your family also, right? You behave happily with the society also. So there is less of a stress in many relationship if you are happy in the corporate world, if everything is going well and there is a sense of belongingness. So that creates the harmony not only within the working teams in the organization, but also harmony in the society, right? But think about it. If an employee working in an organization not happy, right? Not happy, not being treated very well, not being recognized. So what would be his mental status? What kind of stress he would be going into, right? And the same stress and mental status he will be bringing at home, and how he would be dealing. It is always said that whatever happens in the office, you keep it in the office and don't bring it in. But we are humans, right? It is very tough, right? You bring that back to the home, and you create that tension environment within the home or among the people whom you deal with, not in the organization, but outside the organization. So this mental state, which when it is in a positive side, it creates that harmony among your colleagues, among your society, among the people whom you are dealing with inside and outside the organization.
Thank you, Tanmeet. That was just wonderful. You talking how belongingness creates a thing apart and larger than monetary benefits. It creates harmony in society. It also creates, it's a de-stressing factor, and directly and indirectly it contributes to productivity. That was just really wonderful. Now, Mr. Mohit Bindra, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Very well.
Yeah, Mohit, you have been working with the IT organizations for a very long time. And I would say belongingness had different flavors during normal times and during pandemic time. During pandemic time, social media has been a great instrument in promoting belongingness. I would just like to know that often social media is touted as uh, transmitting, negativity faster than positivity. What are your views and what is your experience of social media as a harbinger of enhancing belongingness and bringing positivity?
Well, yes, sir. That's very true. The industry or the organization structure is in such a way where where we are working with distributed teams. So by nature itself, there's a lot of disconnection between different teams and work and people. But yeah, coming back to the social media and the platform to connect, I see social media more as a platform wherein we can share and we can come together and help for a bigger cause. I have seen and I have always remained an active member of a lot of Telegram groups during the pandemic times, wherein just one person sending a message requirement of any blood or oxygen or anything, and there are like thousands of people helping out. You must have also seen a lot of campaigns for raising money, people who couldn't afford the expensive procedures for their relatives, and we all have pitched in, right? And you go on a Twitter, you connect with the like-minded people, right? You want to say something, and with the help of hashtags, you are actually connecting with a lot of like-minded people sitting across thousands of miles away, right? So I see as a tool of positive connectivity. And yes, as the two sides of a coin, there are a lot of things can be said, and I cannot deny the possibility and the existence of a lot of negativity also. But again, it's you who choose, who's the one who chooses which side of coin you want to be. You want to choose heads, heads it is. So for I see it as a social media as whichever way you want to go. And I have seen a lot of help. I personally have seen a lot of lives being saved during the pandemic times, and after that also a lot of positivity. You get connected with the institutes, with the NGOs, which are working for a greater cause. So I see as a big boon to the society.
Thank you, Mohit. That was really wonderful hearing from you how like-minded people got connected through the social media, and there was a belongingness enhancement. Let me tell you, in Amity, we use the social media and the online platform in a big way to bring in belongingness amongst employees, amongst faculty members, and a large community of our students whom we gave online counseling. We helped them a lot, and
Right.
in de-stressing them, in extending all kind of help. So that way we view social media giving a great opportunity as a harbinger of belongingness, as a catalyst in enhancing belongingness. Hope engineers like you will find better and stronger methods to enhance this. That was just great.
We are trying our best, sir.
uh, my question to Dr. Maruf. Dr. Maruf, you talked about mutual, beneficial, symbiotic relationship between the employee and the employer, wherein belongingness brings in a lot of synergy. But you quoted some experience that was not really in Bahrain as pause. My question is, can you tell us about some very pleasant experience which you have had outside in your working area, which
Yeah,
has a lot of positive takeaways?
yes, of course. That time I also include it. I include it. Like I work in like in Integral University, and that time when I leave it, so the chairperson called me, and they appreciate, and they very happy you will grow yourself, and they always appreciate my work. Like I'm doing PhD from MIT University. They not stop me. They given me NOC. Even they given me paid leave. Paid leave they given me, and I attended the classes offline that time, and they allowed me, and they given me paid leave. And for 6 months, in a week, they one day they allowed me to go, and they given me paid leave that time. And this is between the employee and employer. And about when I joined in MIT University, and my guide and you also always appreciate, and we did a lot of good research work. And after that I realized that that time I'm thinking I take means I said I have a good research work that time also, but my guide support me and encourage me for more good. So after the finishing my PhD, then I realized whatever I did it, and after that I got a good package and good job outside the country because of my experience and plus research work also. So that time I realized that the always relation between like belongingness, that is the meaning of feeling between anything, anywhere, between employee or employer, between the student and the teacher. Sometimes we appreciate always the good teacher they care of, because if you like means if you not care, or you not do work with the feelings, so you just do your job only. If you attach with the student, and you means create a good work and the good product will produce. So these things happen, and there is nothing in the Bahrain. There is actually the management is the Filipino, and they, the Filipino and Chinese, they thinking about only the work. They don't care about the family. And I said I will go and come back, and they not allowed me. So that time I realized, and I leave it. Even I have not got the job. So I just include the Dr. Sunil comment. We always not. Take care about the money. We not left the job only for the money. Sometimes the belongingness is very important. They should encourage me. You will go. You not meet the family from long time, and you have a holiday. You can go and come back. And they Philippine and Chinese management, they don't care. So these things happen. So I leave it. But I got the job, and here also in the Oman also they appreciate my work. Even
Yes, yes, Tanmay you want to say something?
yeah, because of my work. Yeah, please.
Yes.
So just an interesting thing which came out to mind. I thought I just want to quickly mention that, just about another 120 seconds max, is that when people say that we trust you, or
Yeah,
we say that we have faith in you, or we value you, that's far more important and makes far more important impact on someone's motivation levels, that you can't replace that. Right? You may do a
yes,
lip service, you can say n number of things, but when you say these two
yes,
or three
yes,
things, it actually makes a difference, and you will see that thing. And one more, if you quickly, I can just tell you that, I remember in my second job in Star TV, one of the guys actually took a wrong decision which cost his company $4 million, right? And we were all certain he's going to be fired. But the company did not fire him. And they said that let's take it as an investment of this guy for $4 million. And you will be surprised that that actually person took it on himself, that I will make sure that I do so well to the company, because company would have fired me, they didn't do it. So sometimes the sense of belongingness come also from an adversity or something like that. And then how do you make of it? So and again, that person did exceptionally well, and yeah. So
yeah,
I trust you. I have faith in you. We value you. Is far more important than you are brilliant.
yes.
I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am. She has joined us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sparing your precious time. Okay, okay, sir, over to you. Over to you, sir. Ma'am will be joining. Yes, sir.
Tanmay, that was wonderful hearing about belongingness in adversity, and how it brought, so not a pleasant experience for a company, with the foresight of belongingness into a real positive experience and a positive growth factor. And Maruf, Dr. Maruf, it was such a pleasure hearing that your positive experience about belongingness stemmed from your experience in Amity University. You see, we are so student-centric, we are so our alumni-centric, that our values go a long way. And we're so proud that you all are here in celebrating the birthday of our Honorable Chancellor, sir, the Day of Belongingness. Now, since we have Dr. Anupam, we have a little time. Can we have a quick take?
Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
That's great. And now my quick question to all my esteemed speakers is, if you were to sum up your entire experience in a few lines and give us a takeaway as a way forward, as one step which will take us to a higher level of belongingness, what would be that? Starting from you, Tanmay.
I would rather be in company of those people who value me, who feel for me, and I have a sense of mutual belongingness with each other, and that's what matters to me, and that's what gives me the motivation that will give me happiness. As Tanmeet mentioned about happiness important. There are enough number of research papers which basically talks about the fact that happiness at workplace actually has far more impact on productivity to the level of 30%. So I think that's something which we need to be mindful of. So if we belongingness, if there's a belongingness, I feel happy about it, which basically means company is doing well. So And I'm also psychologically and emotionally pretty well guarded. So let's do this thing that whatever we do in our personal life or the way we think in a personal life is pretty much the way we think in an organization. But just we don't want to accept that. But that's the reality of it.
Thank you.
And we
Thank
can.
you. Tanma, that was a great one-liner. Whatever we see and observe and do in our personal life the way we want, we carry it forward to our organization. That's a very good one-liner, I would say. Mr. Tanmeet, I would like to hear from you a few lines to summarize your entire experience and tell us what are your views? How could we go a step forward, a step higher in enhancing belongingness?
See, I would say that every organization, right, should treat this as a core value, right? So core value means that there is a zero tolerance to it, right? So we are humans, we have different nature, we have different experiences, right? And we bring different sets of expertise as well as our mental setup to the organization. So if you join an organization, if they have a core value called as belongingness or inclusion, and there is a proper training towards it, so everybody would get set into it, right? They can change their mindset, they can change their behavior, and they can work accordingly. Otherwise, to make this as something which is very important for the organization, as unique to each organization, is very difficult. So it has to be part of the compliance, it has to be part of the policy for an organization if they have to take this to the next level.
Very nice, Tanmeet. I really like the way you say that belongingness has to be a core value and there has to be a zero tolerance for compliance with it. And that is how it's going to take an organization to a next higher level. Thank you very much for those words. Mr. Mohit Bindra, can we have your quick summarization plus giving us what are your personal views that would take belongingness to the next level?
Yeah, so I will talk from my experience, what I have seen in the teams, looking at the team synergy, which itself is a flavor of belongingness. And being an engineer, I will speak the language of engineers, that is mathematically. So they say ek aur ek 11, right? So mathematically 1 + 1 = 2, but practically I have seen 1 + 1 plus belongingness equals 11. So that's the kind of productivity you can drive out of the teams if they have that team synergy, if they have that sense of belongingness. That's the kind of results you can drive. And I have seen that happening practically in front of my eyes in my experience. So you can make impossible possible with that sense of togetherness.
Thank you, Mr. Bindra. I really like the way you expressed it. The synergy and the 1 + 1 relationship, that belongingness always makes it, more than 2, it makes it 11, Yes. And that was very wisely put. And it has been a great learning experience hearing from all of you. And I hope with these words of advice, suggestion, and great perusal on this very, very important topic, I think we'll be able to move forward and bring in lots of value to our organization and take a big step. I shouldn't say a big step, a big leap forward. That was wonderful hearing from all of you. Dr. Anupam Narula, over to you, please.
Yes, we request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, please. Ma'am, to bless the alumni, those who have come today. Ma'am. Yes, Honorable VC ma'am has joined us. We welcome Honorable VC ma'am for sparing her precious time to bless the alumni, and ma'am is so passionate about alumni. Whenever we discuss things, she always says that you are so close to the heart of Amity to ma'am that we cannot express in words. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining, ma'am.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to congratulate everyone for today's very, very special day. the birthday of our Honorable Chancellor, our great leader, Dr. Atul Chauhan ji, and with whom all of you have very closely you have worked and have contributed immensely in the university during your student life, and where our Honorable Chancellor always appreciates and always says is the alumni who are building amity. It's the alumni who are making all the difference in the world in enhancing the image of brand amity. So first of all, and I would like to welcome all of you to this very important discussion on importance of developing belongingness for organization growth and excellence. Because unless an individual feels that he or she belongs to an organization and cannot really contribute to the growth of the organization, so belongingness is extremely important. So thank you very much, Mohit, Tanmay, Tanmeet. I'm seeing you, Tanmeet, after a very, very long time. Dr. Mohammad Maruf Siddiqui, Pradeep Tiwari, Raghav Duggal. Wonderful to have all of you on this platform on this very special day. So may God bless all of you, and you continue to serve your organization with a passion, and also be same way, keep on contributing to the brand amity, your own amity to which you belong, and amity belongs to you. And with this, extend a very warm welcome to all of you, and wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for blessing the alumni, and it is ma'am's guidance only that we are able to bring back alumni back to the alma mater, and of course with so many like galaxy of experts and senior people like sir is there, Sunil Dhaneshwar ji, assistant pro vice chancellor Dr. Anil Kumar ji, and all of the team members will say that we are able to do that. Thank you so much, ma'am. Over to Professor Dr. Lakshmi Ahuja, please.
And I'm saying that this is a platform where I'm seeing the alumni from the various campuses of the university. And I have such a fond memories of Lucknow campus when it was established, and how the Noida campus alumni have went and welcomed the first batch of the students at the Lucknow campus. And today the Lucknow campus alumni are also across the globe like any other campus of the university. So great to have all of you at the campus.
Ma'am, it is your passion. Like, I'm thankful to you that you take people all along with you. This is what we are thankful to you, ma'am. Like, Tanmay wants to say something to you, ma'am. Tanmay.
Sorry,
Yes,
I was just
Tanmay.
saying, ma'am, it's always a pleasure and a great thing for us to hear from you and seek your blessings. And of course, I have taken the privilege of saying that amongst all the other alumni, I have the oldest relationship and association with you. So I feel privileged in that sense.
Yeah, great. Great.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank
so
you.
Professor Dhaneshwar and Professor Tiwari wonderfully conducted the session, and Anupam and Lakshmi, the great job done by all of you,
ma'am.
the team
Thank
from
you.
all the campuses.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's been all your blessings
Yes,
and
ma'am.
guidance.
Guidance and blessings of yours.
Thank
Over
you.
to you, Dr. Lakshmi, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. And thanks to all our dynamic panelists for sharing deep understanding on this very critical concept, sense of belongingness. And I think session was really fully leveraged with insights of belongingness. As Tanmay very rightly said, that we must value our opinions. And it's really the sense of belongingness which signifies the psychological stage which gives great vibes and positivity that can reduce any negative bar. Very good, Tanmay. And Mr. Tanmeet explained beautifully that there is no measure of belongingness. Very true. And according to Mr. Mohit, it's smile. Really, it's smile which connect us by hearing one university name. If as he got a call from the university that you have to come on this panel session. It's a sense of belongingness, and the connection is right through the beginning itself. Very well said. And Dr. Maruf also said belongingness is from both the sides, by the organization as well as from the employees. Very good. During COVID times, how Amity care about faculties or students, a very good example has been explained by Dr. Maruf. So I think, thank you all for explaining how belongingness has been imbibed. I would like to express our gratitude to all our dynamic speakers, Mr. Tanmay, Mr. Tanmeet, Mr. Mohit, Dr. Mohammad Maruf, for sharing valuable insights and making this session a great success. So they came away from their busy schedules. Thanks to all, and I'm sure the knowledge shared by them will go a long way. And thanks to all the panelists who are sitting here. Over to you, Neha, for delivering vote of thanks.
Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. So on this auspicious day of belongingness, as it's a true honor for me to be a part of it, I would like to extend my gratitude to our Honorable Founder President, Sir, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, sir, for being the guiding lamp and driving us towards the directions that he has set. A very special thanks to our Honorable Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Atul Chauhan, for allowing his birthday to be celebrated as a day of belongingness and recognizing the driving force behind the success of the university. I once again wish you a very happy birthday, sir. May you continue to help and guide us for many more years to come. We Alumni Relations Office is grateful and thankful to our respected Vice Chancellor, ma'am, Dr. Balvinder Shukla, for her immense guidance and encouragement. My special gratitude to Professor Dr. Sunil Dhaneshwar, sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, for sharing his experience and valuable thoughts on belongingness. My special thanks to Professor Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari for his great contribution. I am thankful to Professor Dr. Narula for his immense efforts and contribution in developing relationship with alumni and keeping us motivated and guiding us. Special thanks to Professor Dr. Lakshmi for her great cooperation and coordination in all aspects. My special gratitude and thanks to all our valuable alumni panelists, Mr. Tanmay Srivastava, Mr. Tanmeet Golati, Mr. Mohit Bindra, and Dr. Mohammad Maruf Siddiqui for coming on such a short notice and actively contributing to their alma mater. I'm thankful to Ms. Vandana Sharma for her coordination and support. My deep sense of appreciation and thanks to all our panelists, alumni coordinators, and other attendees for attending the event and making it such successful. Last but not least, my special thanks to Mr. J.S. Sodi, sir, and his team for their great IT support, and without them, it would not be possible for making this event such a successful. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
And thank you to Dr. Pragyan Dangwal also, ma'am.
Yes,
thank
you,
she has been there specifically last 2-3 days working with Alumni Relations Office. Thank you so much. You are here with us from Lucknow campus. Over to Honorable VC ma'am to end up the session. Ma'am. Vandana ma'am is there. Vandana ma'am. Yes, Honorable VC ma'am.
Dr. Narula, Honorable
Yes.
VC may not be able to because she is in another session, parallel session.
Okay, Honorable
So,
VC ma'am, to bless lastly to end up, ma'am.
Yes, she is joining.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anupam.
Yes, before winding, ma'am, few your blessings, ma'am, to before winding up.
So my best wishes to all the alumni, and I would like to thank all of them for their valuable contribution today, as ever. And once again, I would like to congratulate all the alumni for their honorable chancellor's birthday, and may God give him a long life, healthy life, happy life, so he continues to guide all of us and keeps on showering his blessings on each one of us. So God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And please be in touch. with Amity Fraternity, Amity University. It is a request from Alumni Relations Office to all of you. And thank you, sir, Dr. Sunil Dhaneshwarji. Thank you, Dr. Anilji. And thank you to all the alumni.
Thank you to all our alumni who have spared their time and joined for this very important discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you.